I slow it down like it's altergeist. Ice barrier, bitch, I want all the ice. Amazon is my bitch, you don't wanna fight. Tin can got the metal like Cosmo. Big way, small way, that's a hot flow.
Hey, what's up YouTube? It's WK Dad. Thanks again for all the love and support on the last video. We got back up to 20 likes, 25 likes. So we're gonna keep it going. Show you guys the my Appaloosa combo. If this is like if they make you go first, this is like you're going first play. Remember, you always want to go second. A lot of times, what happens is you go to the same group of locals, and they get a read on what you're playing, and they're like, "Oh no!" Jonathan Moore from House of Champs talks about it all the time, where the opponent knows what you're playing, and they'll win the die roll, and they'll go, "No, you go first." So this is what you do in those cases. Like I said, it's Scrap Recycler, and we run all these extenders. Like we went over yesterday, this is 13 extenders. You got 3, 4, a Sky Striker and Hornet drone, so that's 4, 5, 6, because you run 2 mind controls. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Well, I guess 14 if you count Destrudo itself. The Foolish Burial, Dragon Shrines are all Destrudos. So for this one, we're going to use Hornet drones, and these are going to represent whatever. That could be Phantasme, and the Called by the Grave, and Ash Blossom, or whatever. But you have your Recycler and your Extender, okay? So we'll just place our hand down here. And we'll start off our turn. We'll play Hornet drones. That will get us our ace token. Goes the grave. We'll link off our token for Kagari. Kagari gets back the token, or gets back the drones. Even if you had engage, unless you want to blow up other cards, because remember, Wyvern's second effect is, Wyvern's effects are mandatory to blow up cards, and if there's no other cards in the field, you have to blow up your own cards. So you want to get back your Hornet drones. It's going to be super important. Next, we're going to normal summon Scrap Recycler, and as always, we're going to bend the Heart Pourer first. Now, we'll link these two off for Scrap Wyvern. We'll activate Scrap Wyvern's effect to bring back Recycler, triggers, pops, then his next effect triggers. When that triggers, you'll chain drones. So Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2, resolves. Remember, all cards stay on the field until the entire chain resolves. So drones is still on the field. Then we'll get Refrigerator, Wyvern, pops, and the chain is finished resolving. Next up, we'll use Golem's effect, Refrigerator's effect, to revive back the Recycler. Recycler, remember, we're always trying to play around Ash here whenever we can. And then we bend the World Wine. Now from here, we'll go ahead and make our Appaloosa. And as you notice, we still got the 3 cards in hand. We started with 5, still got the 3. And we'll make the Appaloosa here. Now, you could make it here, and if you want to end on the Galatea, so she points to the extra monster zone. But we're going to make this here, so we can complete our suite of interruptions. And remember, we still have the token here. Now it's just, from here, it's just Orcust shenanigans. We'll banish Harp, summon Nightmare. Then we'll banish Wand to bring back the Harp. We'll link those 2 off for Galatea. Next up, we'll banish Nightmare, target Galatea, and then that will send a symbol. Next, Galatea. This is important. you want to shuffle back your Nightmare. That way you give your Harp a target to fetch during your opponent's turn. And then you'll activate Babel. Then from there, you go ahead and overlay Dingirsu, attach your World Wand, and just like that, you've recycled all your resources. 2 cards, you got your Appaloosa, and the final step, you link off your Dingirsu and that ace token that was floating for Masquerena. So as you can see, we got your Babel, Appaloosa, the 3 materials, Masquerena. When your opponent goes to activate anything, for your first interruption, you can banish the Harp. For Nightmare, then you can link off the Nightmare and the Masquerena, and you can either unicorn to spin a card, or if they go into the extra monster, if you read the extra monster zone, you have Longirsu. That's your first interruption. Next, banish, targeting Dingirsu, and then you can send a card. And as you can see, your Nightmare's still in the graveyard. Longirsu's effect, shuffle back your Harp and Skeleton, and you got your targets to bend in the grave for Nightmare. So at the end of the turn, in phase, you can banish Nightmare, or even still during this turn, since you have to use Nightmare's effect, you can banish it to boost the attack of any of your monsters, to bend Harp, and then on your next turn, banish Harp to special your Skeleton, and just keep going. Shuffle back your unit, shuffle back your banished monsters, and keep your resources going. And this is the way I was able to only play with just these 3 targets plus 1, by just smart play recycling those targets to give me all the extra extenders that I ran in the deck. And as you can see, we ended on a 3 material Appaloosa, Longirsu interruption in extra monster zone, or Nightmare Phoenix to spin a card, and then a Dingirsu Sin. So it's a total of maybe you count Appaloosa as possibly 3 negates or interruptions, Longirsu slash Nightmare as 4, and Dingirsu Sin as 5. This is all during your opponent's turn. And then on your turn, you have plenty of resources. You'll be drawing another card, drawing the 4 cards, and this is your board already going into your next turn. You should have plenty of resources to kill your opponent. Let me know what you guys think down below. Get this video to 25 likes, and we'll do another combo. It's Dub K Dad, and I'm out.